How y'all doing? Dave Boyd here. Just had a base plate. Went by Walmart, tried to find some base plates. They didn't have any in the local stores, so I found this one somewhere around here. Next, use it on a thin shelf to keep minifigures from falling through. So, but I don't need to have this build out here on the main table, so it's okay. Let's see. So it's basically a parking lot here to practice doing mock stuff, and let's see, generally it's almost too deep of a parking lot. Yeah, I think I'll do it that way. That would be too narrow of a parking lot. So what I should do is expand the parking lot. It's not quite wide enough, but I think it'll work. And then at the top, we'll have a 1x4 going across. So let's see. I'm just building this in a modular way. It's not quite right though, is it? We're going to have to run, well, for now it's okay, I guess. For now it'll be fine. Got a small base plate here. Got a deal from some guy on eBay, and it worked out pretty good. It's not a bad way to go. I think that's about right. It's a good way to get some ideas. Sometimes just putting bricks down will help you come up with ideas, and sometimes it doesn't help. But you know, that's okay. That's part of this great hobby. Part of the fun of this. Let's see. Let's see, borrow a minifigure. Yeah, it's about right. Parts of the parking lot are different if you look at the show. Since I'm referencing an old movie on this one, it's a little bit different. Try to use up all my pieces so I don't have extras getting lost or misplaced or what have you. I need 1x4s on this side, or move this build upward. Not sure yet what to do. Either way, it's got the feel of the parking lot anyways. Of course, why did I go with the 2x3s? I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't completely, 1, 2, maybe there's a simpler reason why. Maybe that's why, just to, because it was easier. Make full spaces. Oh, hey. What is this? Would I say what? I like the space minifigure. I kind of take whatever Lego give me. Of course, like anyone else, I want more, but I like them. Some of them seem like they're in danger of being borrowed from maybe another monster series. I I like the fact they keep coming up with things. What's your thoughts on it? My personal favorite minifigure is CMF's. I think it's Series 9 with the Cyclops dude. It's really cool. These are 2 extras, looks like. Yeah, they're 2 extras. Need a lot more of these. Not as smooth and clean as a proper Lego base plate, but this allows customized building of things, so need to make that taller. I don't know. Could move this up a bit. That's a nice plate. Small one. Let's have back and see how this goes. Cool. Yeah. I mean, there has been some space stuff. There was the weird insect lines. What was that? Space Squad? Was that what it was? Star Squad? Space Squad with the weird insectoid, bugzoid, whatever they called them, some kind of like mosquitoes. That was kind of an interesting one. And they had like literally looked like Buck Rogers ray guns in it. It's kind of a different. I just happened by accident to find that line. Lego's made a lot of stuff over the years. What have we got here? Oh, Galaxy Squad. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Hey, have a good one, man. Yeah, I probably can't go live tomorrow. I've been desperately trying to go live every Saturday. I think I've kind of made it, but sometimes I have to work on Saturday, and then I put this really lame live for a short period of time just so I can, air quotes, say I did it. Yeah, Galaxy Squad. That was. Thank you very much. That's what I love about this community. Is like you sit there and stutter, and I think it looks like this, but someone out there knows, and that's the key thing. And what I'm building here, so my ass is, I'm doing a little parking lot thing. It could be modular, mostly for practice to learn how. To learn how to do these walks, because like anything else, you got to build confidence. You got to learn what works. And watching people's channels has given me some great ideas. But then sometimes I try it myself and I don't really care for that, I don't really care for using these little plates, but it gives me the most modular. In the movie, some of the parking lot has an extra line here, as was common in the 1970s, so that's when the film was made. Speaking of Galaxy Squad, let's see, that's one of the CMF minifigures. It's about right, and these old cars are remarkably close for cars made before, minifigures were around. But yeah, and that's sadly all I can really do because I don't have enough towels. But I knew I didn't. I just want to get a feel. And I think I'm going to complete this up being short just so I can do a base plate. And one of the fun things you can do is a lot of the really old park lots up here, and you'll sometimes see in other places too, I'm sure, they were dirt parking lots. Oh, hey, how you doing? They were dirt parking lots, and they put the lights in, and then they would pave. Sometimes you'd have to put these big light fixtures, literally where a car should park, and it's kind of neat and kind of, like, ooh, man, they didn't think that one through. But our old J.C. Penney's parking lot was like that. Even as a kid, I remember that. My dad would park the truck, and you'd like walking barely just right there was a post. And then the next parking lot over, there was like too much room. And of course, the parking lot the line should be diagonal, but the whole parking lot movie is not. And what movie this was the 1978 Dawn of the Dead, George Romero. And I believe in real life it's called the Marionville Mall in Pennsylvania, I think it is. You could just Google it. I could just Google that too, but as you see, I did not. So there you have it. That was spooky. It's an empty box falling. Crash. But yeah, I'm gonna, I guess, continue. I can do a 1x4 here, 1x4 there. So that's 6 1x4s. I'm sure there'll be a pack of 10. Yeah. But get done, and let's see, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, won't be quite. It's all right. But yeah, it's a good modular way to do a parking lot. I'm gonna just try making the one base plate, and I'm gonna do little parts of them all. A lot of it is just for practice. I got more parts coming for my tree build, which I don't like the symmetrical look. I gotta change this up a little bit, but the way I've done the tree modular, I should be able to add branches where I would want to, and it's sort of kind of a round shape. To me, that what gets me is it's too straight. Trees are not usually straight. They're curved, or they got imperfections in them. First, from growth. But I don't know what to really do on that. Oh, hey, thanks. Yeah, this shirt, it's kind of funny. It's yeah, it's been with me a really long time. It belonged to a guy I worked with out in St. Mary's. But I was trying to save the space plate from the 710 series. These steerable base plates are really rare, and this one's starting to bow from being in the heat or sun or something. So to keep it flat, I just built it into a parts truck, and had some fun because I got to build a kind of a quad cab, mega cab, it's kind of cool. But I left it kind of multicolored to kind of get the whole repaired vehicle, custom rat rod kind of vibes going. But yeah, that's definitely there. These base plates came in the person. Well, we'll just say that they mentioned that they had been used for something else, and they didn't bother even cleaning them off, which is fine. I mean, it's free tiles for me. So I guess I can clean that up right now. Oops, don't fall off of there. I do like to use these. This trans blue works really good for like water and stuff. These things work really good. You can change out what's underneath it for the ground, and it's really, really good. You can get different effects. It's pretty cool. This must have been the Mosaic sets, is where these must have come from. They're pretty cool. I'm not going to call them base plates because with the locking pieces on the back, they are in fact plates. They're not base plates. True base plate, of course, as I see it, is smooth on the back, so it won't interlock. But these, ooh, that's a really strong grip. I always have a brick separator laying around, and when you need one, you never find one. There's one. Remember the turquoise ones that came in? Was it the 2019 Y-Wing, I think? Those are kind of cool. Seems like brick separator sort of keeps from breaking bricks too, but you can still crack them. So, I don't know. I guess I could use this for walls. Yeah, actually. Yes, actually, maybe it would be. It does look like dirt. So, I guess that would actually work pretty good for the Rancor. But I'll sort these out a little bit later. I got so many bricks and so many Lego pieces just sitting around. And I always find these at like thrift stores, like big bags of them. They're not all from friends, but I mean, then they can be really cheap, like tempting to buy it. And you're looking at the bag, you're going, okay, I don't really need what I can see. I mean, I don't even really want it, but there must be something good inside. But that's not always true. I can absolutely guarantee sometimes that's not true. You go in there and there is nothing good on the inside. This alien dude is pretty cool from this series. I think that was my first one I got from this new space series, I think. I remember getting multiples of this one. I do like the dual arms on the side. It's pretty cool. And that new leg mold is definitely pretty cool. That's probably the best one for just, I don't know, some of the back history and some of that stuff could be kind of cool. I got probably enough, I don't know. I mean, if you think about it as an army building, there's things you can do. Having multiples is good then. Machines offload, off balance. But yeah, I was going to build little bits and pieces of the mall. I have no intention of building the whole mall, but if that should happen, that would be like a lifetime thing because it would be built to minifigure scale. And the mall's big, even in the movie. I mean, it's got this one of the old style malls where they got cars on display. In fact, there's a scene where they use a Volkswagen Scirocco for part of the movie. So it could be kind of cool. When I first started getting back into Lego, like to build something, it was during that whole coronavirus, and I'd started building a castle, like actually based on Helm's Deep, not really realizing just how big of an undertaking that was. And I have a lot of castle sections. It no longer looks like Helm's Deep, it looks more like an English style castle, but it's a lot there. And it's still not enough to even really display. I mean, I can do the front part of it, kind of, that's about it. So I've learned more since then, and I've learned that, building these small mocks just to get your confidence up and see what works. Sometimes that's the best way. But I'm really excited about the Geonosian stuff. Collecting the dark orange is going better now. Suddenly, there's more of it available. I'm guessing some people are breaking down big mocks because there was a dude that it was really hard to get these little wedge plates that were dark orange, and suddenly there's this guy was selling it says lots of like 20, and I just put how many are available, and it says 12 plus, and one. So I started clicking. I got up to like 36 lots, and it still said more. So I'm going, okay. Got a lot of dark orange plates or wedge plates. But yeah, man, it's gonna be great. I think I'm gonna use wedge plates to build up the terrain. Originally, I was going to use like angles and slopes, but I think it's going to be too smooth. I think Geonosia, you need to get that rocky feel. So maybe by like laying plates on top of each other, I get that really choppy, chunky look. But I don't want to look too. There's some little rock pieces which I think can make it look, can break it up a little bit. That's one thing about the green plant stuff is it's really easy to, if you get a really lumpy look, it's really easy to go back in and just add grass to it and get a really natural effect. In fact, someone on YouTube was doing one where they're showing they were putting like little layers of 1x1s and 1x2s and double stacking some of them and then putting grass over them, creating these natural looking lumps like tree roots or maybe dead trees there up underneath the grass, process of decay and stuff. And that's kind of the direction I'd like to see that going in. So I want to look at some of that. I really like the zombie Geonosians, and I do have a couple of Redwood Geonosians, which definitely fits in with the Clone Wars. And I think I got another AAT coming for my AAT army for the Trade Federation army for Naboo. But yeah, that's definitely what's up, man. Trying to figure out why that's made that way. Maybe that's the wrong brick that's in there. That might be it. Oh, let's see. It was pieced together. Say no more. As you can tell with Lego, there's always different ways you can get the same effect. It's not always the best way, but you know, it works. Different ways work. There's definitely different totally valid ways of getting the same set to look in the same way. You could use the modern wheel sets they make now to make a lowered car. And I could lightly give it a wide body stance. That would be the easiest way. But I definitely like these classic cars. I mean, there's just something about them, just a charm to them, I guess. Not to mention, you got to wonder, you know, the world they saw and different people and different things. The differences in the world and things that have happened and haven't. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I know there's definitely some vintage sets out there I got my eyes on. I'm still definitely working on getting 4501, the old Cantina set together. I think I'll probably start with the, I don't know. I mean, I got Greedo, and I've got some of the original Sand Troopers, so, you know, I'm in good shape there. But definitely, man. Oh, we're still early on the stream. That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely a little bit tired here. Oh my goodness. But I really appreciate the views out there and great community. Appreciate everybody's input on things. I know I've seen one of the new Ninjago sets, or newish ones, the Dragons one. It's a pretty cool looking set. I always like the Python guys, but the army I would like to build if I was going to do Ninjago would be the Stone Army. They're very photogenic, nice army, different aspects of it. And let's face it, Lego minifigures do look good in an army as long as they're not a bunch of named figures, you know. They do look good. And this, best of all about Lego, there's really no rules. I mean, people used to say, well, that's an illegal technique, but Lego breaks their own rules, so you know what? If Lego can do it, I absolutely think the fans can do it. And after all, at the end of the day, I mean, Lego probably, I shouldn't say they want you to break their pieces, but if you break a piece, you're going to have to buy another one, so we can't be too unhappy about that. Yeah, it's all good. I like that. I actually kind of like that smooth feel of the towel finish. It's kind of cool. I thought about leaving some studs out. But a parking lot, even if I wanted to just for messing around with, I could like have, you know, a couple of zombies or what have you going on. Oops, someone made a comment. Yeah, it is difficult getting some. I've got a couple of the little short archers, and I got a couple of the warriors. But yeah, but that red and black, it definitely looks good. I definitely go for that. It's like when the Dark Saber came out. I don't remember which Ninjago set it was, but it had like a white dragon and Wu. Anyways, there was a white and black sword. It's like supposed to be in a rock, I think, was how my original build was. And it was cool. I liked the build. I liked the mold. And then when the Dark Saber came out, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. The one from the Ninjago set looks better. And I started thinking about it, and like, there's a lot of molds that you see in other sets that eventually work their way to Star Wars. So yeah. But I don't think I want to really build an army of the zombie Geonosians. But maybe a squad. I don't know. I think I've got maybe four of the guys, which is actually a lot. I mean, they weren't. They used to be a lot more out there, and that's what I noticed is some of the figures, like even the bomb squad troops, used to be really cheap, and now they're not. And hey, the writing's on the wall, you know. People always say, well, just vote with your wallet. Well, sometimes the way it works out is people still keep buying Lego sets, of course. You know, I do it. We all do it. But then we get on Bricklink or something and go, you know, I like this new set, but I don't like this helmet, or I don't like this. I'm going to buy a couple of these old ones. And the old ones, they're not being made anymore. And so, you know, supply and demand. And that's what some of the collectors are looking for. They're hoping the sets they're holding on to are going to go up because of that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. My mom and dad made a lot of money buying and reselling stuff, and my dad always said, don't ever buy something that you're afraid to get stuck with. And I would say that'd be absolute true with Lego sets. And I, for the most part, have avoided that. And if you were to look at my surgery, said, David, you're lying. You got like 5 of the headless ATSTs from First Order. And I go, yeah, I really like this set. It's not a troll. I actually like it. I think most people would like it more if it hadn't been priced the same as a complete ATST. That's what the problem is. Most of the argument you see with Lego, it's the pricing. Maybe sometimes the title too, but especially the pricing. They go, well, wait a minute, for this much money, I should have got this, or, oh, hey, this has been downsized, or this torso's reused. But that's what I love most about Lego is it's so modular. You can just swap parts out if you want to. I mean, if I wanted to, I could pretend that it's still 1999 Lego Star Wars and they've never come out with anything else. I could literally build an entire collection just on those and talk about nothing else. And when people send comments like, hey, I've seen this, I could just simply delete the comment or, you know, put them in timeout. No, but you know what I'm saying. It's the freedom we have in this community, like I said, because, you know, it used to be when I was a kid, you know, I'd run over to Nathan's house or whatever, and we talk about Lego, or maybe his mom would drop us off somewhere, or, you know, what have you, or we'd trade and stuff. And that's kind of a Jeremy counter at Rabbit Creek. But anyways, that was the old Lego community, and, you know, I don't know where those guys are anymore. I know Jeremy's in California, I think. I haven't talked to him in years, so. But yeah, but that's what I like about this is like, literally I'm trying to remember what a set is called, what a theme is called. Somebody just pops out, oh, thank you. I do like the little astronauts that came out in '79. I was so excited when my mom found those at the store. I'd made Alan Hell, you know, the skipper from the old Gilligan's Island, out of the old brick pieces. I mean, just a white and blue with a hat, but I liked them. And I made Ginger, or not Ginger, but the Wendy's girl too. Yeah, and improve it, absolutely. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you can't donate because I'm not monetized because we don't have the watch hours yet. We do have the subscriber. In fact, we actually, thankfully, have a really big subscriber base, actually, which is cool. But I don't have my watch hours up yet, so I'm trying to build content and YouTube has actually sent me some emails like, hey, why don't you do shorts and stuff, which I try to do those. I burn those out, but I'm like stuck at work all the time. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's just really fun actually. And I think that, I don't know, part of me is a little bit afraid of yeah, someone asked me like, would you like to be in part of land? Like, for example, "Oh, sure, of course. Like, who wouldn't?" But think about the people that got kicked out of land. And we're not going to get into no finger pointing, nothing, because you don't know the whole story. But it's like, only one time was I ever asked to advertise. It was for some tools, local store. And actually, the tools were really good. I had no problem talking about how great they were. But what if you were kind of asked, I mean, it would just seem weird if they were to give you all these sets to be totally, you can't really rip on them, I don't think. I mean, no matter how bad things are at work, boss doesn't really want you running your mouth about something they screwed up, even if they did, you know. And that would be something I'd be a little bit afraid of, because I would feel like I might have been muzzled. But I would love to have people get free Lego sets. I'd love more than free sets. I would love to see what's coming out before they get announced. I mean, and then the other flip side is, what if your job was building Lego sets? Would you really enjoy it? I don't know about you all, but sometimes I'm working on Lego sets, especially an old one that's missing pieces, and I go, you know what? Do this piece and snap. There goes that dark brown or that reddish brown. I go, and that's it. I've told people this. Lego's supposed to be fun. Slide that thing over, go watch some TV, bust out the, in my case, a Nintendo Switch, go for a walk, go do some work on your car. In my case, the car always needs work. Do something. Hey, how you doing? Oh, thanks, man. Appreciate the support. Really, you guys are great. Wonderful. But that's one of the other things I'd be afraid of is, can you imagine clocking in to build Lego sets? Like even sets that you don't like or themes you're not interested in? What if it was just as little as kind of having to lie about a theme you're not excited about? I don't know if that would ever happen, but I've thought about these things, and I thought, it's like I was watching one channel, the guy today, he's like a true crime channel. He goes, hey, I never want to be monetized because he said, I don't want to be forced to do this stuff. He kind of went off on a tirade, and that's fine. That's his view, but I'm like, it's a good point. Hey, y'all, really appreciate the views and stuff, man. This is great. Like I said, I should try to do an hour stream. I've been shooting for Saturdays. That all started, was it a year ago? Last summer, maybe, on vacation. There was some really crazy stuff going on, some really weird, wacky stuff here in the real world, if you will. The stuff behind this door. No, it's just a stairway, actually. And I was like, you know what? I need to be more serious and like try to nail down something, because there was a time when, I mean, I got some videos that I think I've only had to private a couple. One of them had my dog in there, and YouTube felt that was child content, like for the cop of the law. But for the most part, some of my old content on this channel is still up, and I might move it to my second channel. So the second channel, I have no intent, no plans. No, I don't think it could be monetized. It's pew pew content and sneaker content and a little bit of Supreme stuff, but I don't really do that. I was looking for stuff to do videos on, and I resell stuff on eBay. So I'm like, hey, that'd be a good source. And yes and no. And I've seen people like busting up these X Maxes and stuff for RC cars. No one wanted to watch my stuff there. So I'm like, well. So finally, one night, just had an accident, and I think I ran over a Lego minifigure with an RC car, probably a fake one, and that got a lot of comments. That's when I started, and it's actually more fun. I enjoy Lego, and I really love talking about stuff, people. Oh, entire collection in bins. Yeah, I think we've all had dark ages, dark periods. Mine was back in like '83, because my last of my Lego sets I did was, you remember when the yellow astronauts were coming out? That's about the time I stopped, and I didn't stop because I was like, oh, I'm tired of Lego. It was, well, I'll be honest, Jason the Wheeled Warriors came out, Mattel Wheeled Warriors, and I dived into that, and I still have every set here. And I can actually do the 20 Trooper Army under Saw Boss. If you're familiar with the show, you know the episode I'm talking about. If you're not, just roll your eyes because, hey, I love that stuff. But in college, I think this Spice set, well, anyways, it was a shark mold that got me back into Lego. And sometimes I was, sitting there, studying for classes and the old style computers, and I'm sitting there like, oh God, and I used to sit there and open the jaw and close the jaw, snap, 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 snap it. And my roommate would be like, would you please stop that? And I'd like hold my shoulder, go snap, snap, snap at him, and then yeah. But that got me back into it, and I dabbled Castle, and then Lord of the Rings. I'm like, oh my goodness, and I was already starting to do the little bit of the army building, and I found YouTube, and I think it was Brick Vault. I started collecting some of the figures based on some of their videos, like the different stormtroopers or Lord of the Ring figures. And then somewhere there, I'm like, man, I really want some of these sealed sets. I already had some sealed sets, but I wanted more. And I started going through my storage, found out I had a bunch of old Lego stuff, and trying to sort it out. And at first, my first YouTube videos on my Lego sets, like reviews, I actually resold the sets. That was a mistake. The temptation is there, and I'm not telling you not to sell sets. Absolutely not. I'm not telling you to buy every set either. All I can say is my uncle once said to me, he said, you know what buyer's remorse is, man? You buy something, you're like, oh man, at the store, this is so rad. You get home, you're like, maybe I don't really want it. I mean, it seems so cool. I mean, it's cool because you just seen it, and just had to get it. But he said the worse than buyer's remorse is seller's regret. Michael said there's nothing like having something that you had and then having to go and buy it again. He said there's nothing like that. And, I'm like, well, maybe, but yeah, he's right. Yeah, Lord of the Rings has gotten super expensive. In fact, I'll tell you about my army that I don't know if I ever get it done. You know the ring wraiths, the 9 riders? I've got 6 of them. I've got the king. And a couple times I've experimented with using a Jawa head because of the glowing eyes, inside of that, to get the dark look of the king. But most of them I just leave them as a white king with the sword and stuff. But I want to do the 9 riders, and I'm kind of stuck because they're really hard to find now. Really hard and really, really expensive. Like, because even the horses there, it's got the red eyes, and it's a little bit more motion to it than the regular horses. Wow, yeah. What's one set you missed out on you really want? There's a few. In Lord of the Rings, my set that I really want, I'm going to have to piece it together, is the Saruman's Tower. For Lego Star Wars, Millennium Falcon, the UCS one. I could not swing the cash. I still don't have the room. Of course, I could say, oh, I want a Cloud City, which would be cool, but that's more a financial thing. The big Millennium Falcon. Yeah, definitely. And for vintage Lego, the Yellow Castle is really cool. I mean, it really is cool. Oh, the ATOT. Ah, $1,000 brand new. Yeah, one of the YouTube channels I watch, he was selling his for like 700. God, it dropped shit. I totally kind of space out. I just try not to even think about that one. That would be the epic set. But see, it's kind of available if you have the money, if you want to spend the money, if you can afford it, or if you can make the cuts to do it. And the problem is, most of it, whether you have the cash or not, you have to decide, do you want to spend it for that? Two, do you have other things that you need to be, keep money for, taxes, whatever, or just, someday you might not want to be, say, listen to somebody barking, over your shoulder, yelling at you all the time. Actually, I get to work pretty much unsupervised. But it's just like, it can be really dull. And when it's exciting, it's really bad. So it's like, oh. But, yeah, I've been working since I was 13. And there's going to come a time when I'm not going to be able to get out of bed to do it. I just will not. And it would be awesome to be able to make a living, even to cover bills from just doing what I love, which is Lego. I mean, this is the part, is wouldn't it be awesome to get the ATOT with YouTube money? And then to turn it into content, and then that would be tax deductible. Not bad. And the downside is, if you don't make that content, you might not eat. But my grandfather always said, hey, there's always a fly in the ointment. He said, every job, even the most fun job that you don't mind doing, you don't mind going there, you don't mind doing it. You're getting paid to do something that someone else either won't do or can't do. Yeah. Yeah, the Bricklink thing is definitely amazing. That's what's great about so many of these sets. It's like the Cloud City, all of them like that, I know one thing, what I love about these old vintage sets is I like the no stickers. Although, oddly enough, I am so happy with the used, beat up 2008 gunship I have. Because the stickers have not peeled. They have faded and they've crazed. The surface is cracked like it's old paint. And they look so vintage. And if I could get another gunship with the other marking of it, not the guy throwing the bombs down and laughing, but the other one, I don't remember which one it was. I was having a brain fart. But anyways, that would be epic. I would love to have both of them yellowed bricks and old looking, and then have that. I didn't mean to do it, but I think it was on a live feed or a stream, and someone had asked about the difference between the 2008 and the 2013, and they're like, "Wow, your 13 is so clean and new looking." I thought, "Wow, that would be amazing on a mock to show like the old ship." Of course, it's wrong because the old ship has got the space going, and the 13 is actually there. Really should be the original ship, but that's kind of cool, I mean, it literally is older. No, I've not picked up the new Ghost. That's a cool one. And it's actually improved. I mean, like there's so many sets out there. I mean, I really like the old Sandcrawler, the UCS Sandcrawler. It's really amazing. Oh wow, that's cool, man. Yeah, I heard it was great. I saw the videos on it. The UCS AT-AT Walker. I mean, it's massive, but I would love to have that. Right now, I'm piecing together UCS Star Destroyer, and if you're saying why hasn't there been any updates on it, because there's nothing to update, because I've been sitting on my hands and doing other things, because it's missing a lot of pieces, and I got to sort it. And I just need to get back into it. I need to clean this mess, which is off camera, but you can probably imagine it's got a bunch of plastic bricks here. And then I still got that non-Lego USS Enterprise I gotta do something with. Oh yeah, the Sandcrawler. Yeah, I watched M&R's video on that one. It was really cool. Ironically, and I'm sure it was accidental, but one of his reddish brown bricks, I think it was a towel, maybe it was a grill piece, broke even during the video, and I'm like, I have those old MTTs, 2007 with reddish brown, and I'm familiar with the bricks. Although I've never had a broken piece on the model itself, but sorting the pieces to build a model, I've seen some. I've never actually broken, but I've seen pieces with it coming from eBay or Bricklink or whatever, from some seller, and you go, yep, I got broken pieces. Got shards of plastic in here. But this bin's just so many cool. I mean, even that, like, I wouldn't mind to have the sealed, UCS Hoth set that, was that Assault on Echo Base, the 2016 one, the one that's so controversial. I wouldn't open it if it was sealed because it's basically a menagerie of little sets jammed together. But from a Lego collecting point of view, it'd be awesome to have that, I mean, the UCS sets are cool, but yeah, going broke on UCS sets. Also, for me, even let's just take money out of the equation, okay? Well, I know that's stupid because that's a big part of it. But for me, well, the money is a big one, but the room. What if they said, tell you what, you can have all these UCS sets, everyone ever made, but you got to keep them. And you have to have them on display. They'll be free. That's, one, it's a lot of building, but two, that's a lot of space. One, they're big because they are UCS sets, and there's a lot of them. I mean, like, I had that Star Destroyer in pieces, and knowing that I should be working on figuring out where the pieces are, till I found a table at a thrift store that would fit it. And there's a lower half of it built up there. And some of the magnets have failed, so I'm having trouble keeping some of the panels together. And I might have to look into getting new magnets, doing something. I'm not sure what yet. Oh, right on. Two of the new ones. I love my big TIE Fighter. And I got the 2013 X-Wing, and I'll have the new one. And there's R2-D2 sitting there. And of the slightly older sets, there's that, I think it was 2013, 2011 maybe? There was that TIE Fighter where rather than using the 1x6s on the energy plant plates, they use those rods. I would like to have that set. I would love to just have it sealed just to have it. But if it was built or if I had to restore it, I wouldn't mind to have it out because it's good looking. It's a good looking ship. The TIE Fighters really come out good. And even going back to my 1999 sets, 7146 for example, blue ones, blue and black, I do believe that Lego has always done the TIE Fighter very well. Controversial opinion, I know. Some people, co-workers, say I'm just being, partial, but I believe that Lego's done a good job with it. I would like to get the Venator, of course. I've done some of the helmets. I really am not too crazy about the helmets. I like them, but once again, it's a whole room thing. And most of the mocks I've done, the small mocks I've done, I have broken them down again because I don't have the space for them. And like this Lego Speeder Chase, Endor Speeder Chase, it's just sitting here and it's going to get cannibalized. And then I'm going to just, not intentionally, but this is what happens. But that's the cool thing about Legos. You can just rebuild stuff too, Unless, well, even if it's something really old, like the old Tantive UCS Tantive V4, I think the radar dish is like a unique to that set, either the color or something. That's kind of interesting. Oh, okay. Interceptor. Cool. Yeah, the TIE fighters are really great. I do want to get Major Von Rath's, the red and black one, not the Doritos one, the Major Von Rath's. But I would mind. I would rather just have that one sealed. I don't really see point of displaying it. I do have the Doritos TIE fighter on display upstairs. I did some minor mods to it. Nothing too much. I like the overall look of it, but it was something I wasn't real happy about, and I just swapped it out a little bit. But I like that one. That was a really didn't really see that one in the stores up here. I think it was very popular, and people bought it right away, or it was unpopular and it never really showed up here. I don't know which it was, but yeah, Lego sets are very cool that way. I mean, they're rebuildable, and you can do stuff with them. You know, I mean, sometimes it'd be a little bit of a pain. Like some people will question it on me. Like this 1974 car, I literally have bought pieces from back then to restore and make sure the markings are correct and stuff, and the patent pending bricks. You know, that's what's cool about like this truck. Even the red bricks is these are all vintage Samsonite era bricks, which is kind of cool. Which means it's actually not quite correct. Now there's one weird thing here. Is this one here? Not sure what set that's from, but it is a correct steering brick, and it does have the Lego markings. But I don't know about that one. But this is what they normally look like. They're clear bottomed. But yeah. I mean, my favorite set, and I've mentioned this before, is a 2007 7662 MTT, and that set has become very expensive. And I mean, I have one here that I paid like $55 for, free shipping. It was missing some pieces, and he told me it was missing pieces. And what was amazing is it wasn't missing anything really exclusive. It was missing some like basic 2x4 brown, reddish brown, and it was missing some building like the tan 1x1. I mean, it's like, yeah, it's not pieces that are necessarily in every set, but it's pieces you can absolutely bricklink for very little. You know, no big deal. They're available. Oh man, I appreciate the support, man. Yeah, you have a good night. And actually, we're going to be ending soon because coming up to an hour here, and I got to work in the morning, so I can buy more plastic bricks from like. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Actually, it really is. I mean, like it's like these Rancors, you know. This one here, I've just been messing with him, but he's got the two wrong green fingers. But I really like the Rancors. These are really cool figures. And yeah, I like the Lego figures. I like the whole Lego experience. But mock building is very relaxing for the most part, and it's pleasant. Make your own little world, make your own little space. But appreciate everybody dropping by, everybody's comments, and it's a great community out there. Really appreciate it. You guys are great, guys and gals out there. I might actually wrap this up. Well, thank you, man. Appreciate the support, man. Yeah, definitely back at you. Let me know down below, you guys and gals out there. I mean, what you're working on, or what you do, what your interest is. I mean, it's a great community, and you know, some there's vintage Lego and current stuff. It's not all Star Wars, although I kind of like the Star Wars, but I like other stuff. Anyways, I'm gonna probably wrap it up here. Not quite an hour, but it's getting late, and it's really late here. I'm sure it's late everywhere else. And this is Alaska Standard Time right here. See, well, light up watch. Anyways, you all take care. Appreciate the views. Till next time. What's this? I don't want to cut anyone off. Would you ever think about getting into maybe Star Wars card game? I don't know about that. I'm not even familiar with it. I'd have to look up. Well, I may have to look into that. I used to do Magic. That's a separate story. Oh my god. But I kind of end up with Warhammer because one thing I didn't like about Magic was if you had a big wallet, you were not guaranteed to win, but you could get cards that were just flat out mean. I mean, like bad spirited. And Warhammer, it didn't matter what you owned. I mean, you could have 10,000 points of chaos at home or in your car. But a game was 300 points. It's 300 points. Maybe, you know, we could do a handshake if somebody got 310. Someone else wants to play with 296 or whatever, but it had to be pretty close. And I was definitely attracted by that. That was a lot better. Yeah, I like that better. Anyways, appreciate the views out there. Yeah, I'll check out the Star Wars card game. Y'all take care, man. Appreciate the views out there and be safe, everyone. Until next time, ciao. Oops.